From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor. 500 help.
That's right, Taylor Heating and Plumbing. Of course, did you know that they do insulation too? So if you have a drafty house, you got to have insulation. Any realtor that knows her stuff knows that you need good insulation, and Taylor Heating and Plumbing can help you do that. Taylor 500 Help, tailor-made service, customized to fit your needs. You have air conditioning, heating, plumbing, home energy, comprehensive maintenance plans, and you know what? They do financing. So you don't want to stress the important repairs or replacements. Taylor can make that happen for you, whatever you're looking for. And if you're looking for a job, they're even hiring current opportunities, HVAC techs, plumbers, project managers, office personnel. They do it all. It's Taylor 500 Help. Call them. They love Kimberly's Revolution, and we want to make sure that they are your go-to for all your heating and plumbing needs. Taylor 500 Help. Precision Lawn and Garden. In February, we had a lot of snow. In March, they say it's going to be a snowy March. So if you've been waiting around on your snowplow guy to come, don't do that. Go see Kimberly and Justin at Precision Lawn and Garden, North Avenue in Webster, and get one of their big daddy of all snow blowers. Get whatever you need to get rid of the snow. They got blowers, they got chainsaws, they've got Mac Daddy of snow blowers. They have Cub Cadet, Aaron's, Kawasaki engines. They have all of the name brands that you love at Precision Lawn and Garden. They sell them like crazy. They have ATVs. They have everything you need. Precision Lawn and Garden. And of course, Express Sealers, 645-2010, 645-2010. Express Sealers. They do sealing your driveway in the summer, but in the winter, Brian comes and does the plowing for your residential needs or your business needs. So call Brian at 645-2010. You think the snow is over? It is not. 645-2010 for someone to come make sure that you have reliable service when it comes to getting rid of the snow in your driveway or in your business. And make sure you support our advertisers. They support us here at Kimberly's Revolution and the We the People Podcast Network.
Live from the We the People broadcast studio in 45-degree cloudy Irondequoit, New York. She would stand in front of a Russian tank. Here she is.
Got that right.
It's Kimberly
I'm a
Ray.
patriot. I'm a patriot. I will stand in front of the Russian tanks.
I'm not.
The Ruskies. Yet. That's the only word I know. That is the only. What is going on in the UK, the Ukraine is a travesty.
A shitstorm.
No doubt. So hi, I'm Kimberly from Kimberly's Revolution. We've missed you. Where have you been? We're back.
Where the hell have you guys been?
So Tom just thinks he can take vacation whenever the hell he wants to.
I'm old.
Just Tom is here, of course. And sitting across from me is Dave Callis. You remember Dave. He survived an assault at a Webster board meeting at the school board and was dragged out of his chair not once but twice. We have an update on what's been going on. You saw Dave everywhere. Fox News, Hannity. In fact, someone that saw you on Fox News, you're like a star now.
It's been overwhelming.
I know it has been, because you were just in this to make a statement and stand up for your son.
Correct.
And it turned into this whole big ordeal.
Yeah.
We've got a letter from a retired police officer out of Memphis, Tennessee, who saw you on Fox and was so touched by what happened to you at a school board meeting. He wrote a 6-page letter.
Handwritten.
Single space.
Right.
Handwritten
letter.
Printed.
That's
God
dedication.
love you. His handwriting is amazing, sort of amazing. So obviously I don't have the time to read 6 pages. I mean, I guess I do. It's a 1-hour show, and really, what else?
What the hell else we got?
What have I got to do?
There's only World War III pending.
I don't got anything going on. Putin hasn't got his family in some kind of a nuclear shelter in the, annals of Siberia, but no worries. No big deal here. No big deal. That's the latest, that he sent his family to Siberian underground, which can withstand a nuclear attack. So and they're trying to portray him as crazy. Do you believe that Putin, I call him Pooty Poot, just because it's my little endearing name for the Pooty Poot. They're trying to make it seem as if he's crazy. Do you guys,
I've seen that.
Have you seen that?
You
think he's a little crazy?
And I mentioned before the show started, no war is good. It only benefits, the defense, industry and defense
right.
contractors.
Of course.
But I'm hearing things, on both sides, and not that Ukraine started anything, but the optics coming out of Ukraine, there's still some questions about it. So I mean, I don't know what to think.
I like Zelensky. I mean, who doesn't love a comedian that is now president of a country?
Right, that will pick up an AK-47 and defend his town.
Who doesn't love that? I mean, of course, that whole area is different, but yeah, I want to break that down because they made the media will turn on you and try to make you into something you're not. I don't think. I mean, if he's crazy like a fox, Putin, right? I mean, that's just
from somebody that doesn't dream about him at night like you do, Kimberly.
Don't dream about Pooty Poot. He does look good, shirtless on a horse.
He's freaking crazy.
Yeah, he is crazy. So we're going. So anyway, so Dave Callis is here. Just Tom is here, who decided he was just going to go on vacation to Florida. And Austin, our producer. Austin, our producer, is here with us. Where is Austin? He always shows up.
Hello.
There he is. Did you miss us?
I did. I didn't know what to do with my hands for a week.
I don't want to know what you do with your hands.
Well, it is his left hand.
Cut to commercial.
I was just sitting at home with my thumb up. It was,
wow. Whatever you do with your hands at home on the couch is. You got a haircut though. I mean,
I did get a haircut.
I don't know how anyone can tell that from just his hand, but
there you go for all the people.
See, look, he got a haircut. He got a haircut. So yeah. So Austin is here. We want to thank, of course, Rock Vox Productions. They made everything set up here that we could actually use and look professional, semi-professional. And we thank Fitz at Rock Vox. That's ROCVOX Productions. They're in Bushnell's Basin. You need someone to help you set up a professional looking podcast. Fitz is the guy that can get it done. He is great. And please support our advertisers. Taylor's Heating and Plumbing, of course, Precision Lawn and Garden, and Express Sealers, because we could not do the show without their money. I mean, let's be honest. Today is my day for honesty.
Wait,
this is gonna be it.
Today's the day.
It's good. It's getting real today. It's gonna get real later, and it's gonna get real today. So, anyway, we welcome everyone that's watching. I just want to show you a picture real quick. Where did you go last week? You went where, Just Tom?
We went to visit Lori's dad,
Uh-huh.
and he lives about a half an hour or 45 minutes north of Tampa.
Oh, so you were slumming it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we went to Clearwater Beach,
Nice.
and we went to SeaWorld.
Was it warm?
It was like 85 degrees and sunny.
We all hate you.
Yeah.
We all
I'm
hate
back.
you.
I'm a lifer. I'm not leaving.
I want to show you the picture. So you took the baby on a trip for the first time on the flight?
She did. She went to see her great-grandfather.
How old is the
She's
baby?
5 months.
Look at her on the
look at her.
plane.
She's 5 months.
Look at that
That's baby
Oh my
Sophia.
God, 5 months.
She's our angel.
Look at Sophia. Is she not the most beautiful baby? Look at those cheeks. I saw that picture and I went, I miss those baby years. Don't you miss those baby years, Dave?
I'll tell you what. I have 3 boys, obviously, but
Mm.
I was glad after 10 years of wiping butts and noses. I mean, after that was done.
Took 10 years?
Yeah.
You're telling me you don't want to
by the
hook up
time
and
my
have another
oldest
baby?
got out, my middle got in, and the youngest got out. It was
Yeah.
10 years of wiping butts and noses.
So are you a married guy or are you on
No,
the scene?
I am not. I'm divorced, but I just met a very, very genuine, loving, caring woman in September.
Is she younger? Is she going to want to have kids? Because I'm just saying, look at that face.
No, we're the same age.
Oh, okay, so you're
And
yeah.
she's got teenage kids of her own. So,
Yeah. I mean, you think for a second, it's like, it's what they do to women. They just make you forget all the crazy nonsense and pain and bullcrap you have to go through to raise a child to be a decent human individual, right?
Right.
And then you look at that face and you're going, oh, that face.
Yeah.
So did you show both pictures, Austin? Because the other one was, look at that. I don't know. There are days, even at 56, I'll go,
Yeah.
But now I have to have grandkids because
Yeah.
I don't want to be one of those crazy old women that are like, oh yeah, I have triplets now because
in vitro.
whatever, forget it. No, it's not happening.
Well, we get to send them home, so that's
That's part of our
She's
that's
got
part
her-
of being a grandparent.
She's got her little nose scrunched up in
Are
that
those
picture.
baby beats? I mean, is she
Those are, I don't know. I don't think they make noise. That's
Oh.
just for the airplane
Oh yeah.
Just kind of to
to muffle the
Decensored,
sound.
yeah. exactly.
They look cute on her.
They look super cute. They
She's
look
so
super
happy
cute.
too.
I hope that's the last time I ever have to wear a mask.
I mean, this baby wasn't crying on the plane, right?
No,
Yeah.
just a little bit, but I think it was more out of just general anxiety.
Yeah.
She was kind of getting
I
a little
do that too.
frustrated.
Grandpa's holding her. So that's
I
good
wanted to scream too, but
And it's Mardi Gras today.
Today's Mardi Gras.
Let the good times roll, or if
Yeah.
you know French, it's la laissez something. I don't know what the French word is for let the good times roll, but it's la
Laissez la faire.
something like that.
Is today Fat
Menage a
Tuesday?
trois.
Is that what they call
Menage a
it?
trois. I don't
Today-
think that's it.
Today is Fat Tuesday.
Tuesday?
It's Mardi Gras.
Can we call it Fat Tuesday?
You can call it Fat
Or is
Tuesday.
that politically incorrect?
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Fat Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
Have you ever been, either one of you, this
No.
includes you, Austin? Have you guys ever been to Mardi Gras?
Never
No.
been to Mardi.
No.
I have been to Mardi Gras
Shocker.
and survived
do
Mardi
you
Gras.
still have the beads?
I do have the
How
beads.
many?
Many
No.
beads, big beads. So years ago in the early 90s, I was doing a morning show in Kansas City, and they sent me down there to broadcast from the studio because I worked for CBS at the time. And they sent us down to broadcast live from the Mardi Gras.
Nice.
God love those days,
Yeah.
right? You love the old radio days when they would just let you do everything and you had all kinds of, money to do big things. But yeah, so I broadcast for a couple of days from, I think, Fat Tuesday. I got there on Monday night and was there for Fat Tuesday it is insanity. It is, if you ever want to go to a city that is just sinful and debauched and the whole thing, it is got to be New Orleans.
Yeah.
It's on my bucket list.
French Quarter.
The French Quarter, where anything goes.
Yeah.
Jason says, I believe masks and Corona will now fade to the. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Kimberly, do you think it's summer? Yes. It's 40 degrees.
45.
I'll wear an off the shoulder top if I want to. I could be wearing shorts right now. Do I think it's summer? Yes.
I am wearing shorts.
It's a long sleeve off the shoulder though. Anyway, so yeah, it is Fat Tuesday. It is Mardi Gras, and it's got to be on your bucket list. If you guys have never been, you have to go down just to witness the naked people with their boobs painted up, and you have to have a hurricane. They will knock you on
Sure.
your butt. People just walk through the streets drinking and having a good time.
All right, I'm
and
in. We're going next week.
Sign me up.
and these masks are colorful. People do wear masks in New Orleans, but not because of
It's
COVID.
because it's not mandated.
because it's just part of the
Because they have choice.
it's festivities. They wear the mask because of Mardi Gras. And tonight's the State of the Union.
That's right.
I prefer Mardi Gras activity, quite frankly. I don't know about you. All right, so I'm just going to read a little bit of this letter. And by the way, the name of the show today is All About That Mug. All About That Mug. And after we update you on Dave Callis, I want to do a little bit about a mug. And you would think that, okay, what are you talking about? A mug shot? No, I'm talking about this mug right here. If Austin can pull it up for me. This mug, PAB. Well, what is the PAB?
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
That would be PBR.
Damn it.
I know.
Pennsylvania.
You're back from vacation. Your brain isn't fully functioning, but that's okay. That's all right.
Pennsylvania Baptist.
No, that stands for Police Accountability Board.
Oh, that's right.
And apparently, in order to search out and destroy bad rogue cops, you have to have a coffee mug that you apparently paid for and distribute to all your new employees of the Police Accountability Board. And by the way, they're getting $5 million of your tax dollars from the city, and they're paying $29,000 a month in rent.
Yeah, they got to get rid of the money somehow.
And then they apparently, Dave, and I didn't know this, you must have a mug in order to track down a bad cop. And
Yeah.
I didn't know that was like a prerequisite. But apparently that's a thing.
Yeah.
So
that's going to help deter crime too.
I
The mugs.
I didn't know.
Let's hand them out to the public so they know that there's an accountability board.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, right? I mean, now that they know, because there's a mug, they're legit, right?
Yeah.
It's a Police Accountability Board, and they're legit because they have a coffee mug. And so I'm going to break that story down because
so over under Kimberlina,
that
are they
pisses me off.
are they more or less powerful than Scooby Doo and the gang?
Do you have a Scooby Doo coffee mug?
Do they have a van too? The mystery.
I mean,
machine?
I'm just wondering,
I know, right?
what really they're going to do here.
Well, they're cop haters, so they're going to do whatever they can, I guess, when they finish buying up like pens and anything they can put their name on or a label on. When they finish that, maybe they should do an audit to see where that $5 million money, the money goes. But I want to break that down
All right.
a little bit
Can't
later,
wait.
as well as what is going on in Ukraine, because I think that's significant.
What's going on in Ukraine?
Nothing, apparently. You got a
Is that
guy
where the
hauling
Olympics- is
you
that
got
the Olympics out?
have you guys seen that guy hauling the roadside
Yes.
bomb? I've got that video.
That's awesome.
Who funds the PAB?
You do.
Rochester Rob.
Yeah, Rochester, you do.
Rob, don't ask silly questions.
Lovely.
You fund
Lovely
the
did
Police
it.
Accountability Board. Lovely made it a thing after the whole Daniel Prude debacle, right? Remember that? Daniel Prude.
Daniel Prude.
Yep.
Daniel Prude loved his PCP. Family didn't love Daniel Prude because they sent him out on the street twice. Will Cleveland's new mug? Maybe. Somebody's mug. Anyway, so Dave Callis
Hello.
is the gentleman that's sitting here. And the last we had you on, you hadn't done Fox or Hannity or any of the shows. I mean, you were everywhere.
Yeah.
And your situation was you were at a Webster School Board meeting and you had been there for 20 minutes. They knew you were without a mask. You were slated to speak at said meeting.
Correct.
When this guy right here, and am I under the assumption that criminal charges have been filed? Is that correct?
He's been served.
He
Correct.
has been served.
Yeah. I think, and Chad's not here, so I don't want to speak in legal lingo, but there was an arrest there was a warrant for his arrest, but because of this level of the crime, it wasn't go to his house and handcuff him, go to school and handcuff him. It was,
Hey, you show up and
right.
right.
Serve a warrant through the mail, and you have to appear at the court date.
Well, that's what they do for all criminals now, right?
Yeah,
I
apparently.
mean, why go and arrest them?
Yeah.
Well, they just let them out anyway. And I'm talking about all criminals. I mean, guys that actually go out and shoot people, they don't arrest them either. They arrest them and then they let them go, because of bail reform, right? We got that going on. So charges were filed. Has he, come to court, or you don't know? Has he presented himself?
I don't know what the court date is, but I can't imagine it was this quick. So
but he's been served with
he's
the
been
criminal
served,
charges.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So criminal charges have been filed. Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Did any local news affiliate call you after the criminal charges were filed against this guy, this security officer?
No.
Shocker.
No.
Way to follow up, guys.
And honestly, other than this program,
Wait.
Wait a minute. We're a program?
Stop. Just stop.
we the podcast.
So
people.
you're telling me that not one legit, and I use that term exceptionally loosely, not one legit local news source called you and said, what are your thoughts about the criminal charges that were served to the security officer after he yanked you out of your chair twice at the school board meeting that you were slated to speak at and had been at for 20 minutes without a mask?
Correct. And other than Wendy Wright from Spectrum, only one other
Right.
local channel reached out at the time that this incident happened for a comment. However, there was some confusion as to who was really reaching out to me. There was a troll who reached out to me pretending to be a producer at a local news station.
Come on.
I swear to God. So Chad and I are like, how do we handle this? So
A lot of
Chad got
time.
involved. So no, and it's disappointing
You've
that
got a lot of time.
yeah, it's disappointing that, it and again, not because I want the publicity and the celebrity, but I mean, these are things that are happening in districts all over Monroe County. Chad's
Right.
representing 2 other parents, in different districts.
Right.
Shannon, I mean, there's a ton of people that are having these things happen to them at school districts, and it's deplorable. And it's not news. It's not in the news.
Right. No, it is not in the news because the news chooses not to cover it. I find it incredibly alarming that no local news service, not the Democrat and Chronicle, not NBC, ABC, or CBS affiliates here in town, covered this story. Is it not news? A security guard grabs a parent out of a chair, not once, but twice, drags him out. You fall
Mm-hmm.
and drag you out of a meeting where you were slated to speak. They knew you were there.
Mm-hmm.
There was no surprise.
Yeah.
That element of surprise was not there, right? They knew.
I didn't sneak in.
What has happened since?
Well, obviously, a lot of the national news media, Hannity, I forgot the other one that we did, Fox and Friends in the morning, a couple of Newsmax interviews, Inside Edition. Other than that, it's quieted down quite a bit. I haven't heard from him. I haven't heard from his attorneys. We haven't heard from the district. We know that the district has already lawyered up at this point. So I think we're in the the legal machine right now. We're just waiting for things to happen.
Well, I mean, a lot of people, see those stories and they go, "Oh, look at that. That's a horrible story." Right. And then some people feel so moved by what happened that they choose to reach out and write a letter. And this was a letter to Chad. It says, "Dear Mr. Hummel, first let me tell you that I'm a retired police officer out of Memphis, Tennessee. I did not retire due to time on the job. I was forced to retire after I had my 5th back operation. No officer in the history of the Muncie Police Department, plus being in uniform, they would like to still be on the force, blah, blah, blah. I am a strong supporter of law enforcement. I was on the board of directors and went to a lot of complaints with officers. We all make mistakes, but because we are human, sometimes we have to do some things without time to do it, blah, blah, blah. Today, there are liberal Democrats yelling to defund the police. They have no idea what they're talking about. Less police means more crime. With that said, I was watching Fox News and they were doing a story on Mr. Dave Callis being at a school board meeting to talk about his son wearing a mask. Now, I did not see everything that went on at this school meeting. What I did see was Mr. Callis sitting in a chair near the front door. At this time, he did not have a mask on. I'm guessing all the people either sitting or standing near him did not have a problem with him not wearing a mask. Again, the film was short, but in the time, not one person did I see ask him to put a mask on. While watching the whole film, I never heard one person at the school board meeting ask or tell him to put on a mask. I saw another film that was at the school board meeting about, wearing a mask, but, basically the security guard, police officer walked up and anyway, he says he kind of, felt that he wanted to reach out to you and tell you how ridiculous the actions of the security guard at the school board meeting were. No one seemed to be bothered by anything except for the security guy.
Right.
So
it's a great letter. I read all 6 pages.
Yeah, it's all 6 pages. Yeah.
That's way too much for me.
Handwritten.
Handwritten.
Right.
I only go as far as
Yeah.
Twitter.
Straight. So
How many characters is Twitter?
I don't know.
That's as far as I read.
but anyway, he said he felt so strongly about this in support of you that he wanted to write this letter in support of you.
And I did receive a
So-
letter from another husband wife out in Colorado to my home address, and it was a nice letter. It had a Christian bent to it, and I don't know that they were necessarily looking for donations from me, but I think they wanted me to get involved so they could raise money for their church.
Oh,
So
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah.
God needs money too,
Yeah,
guys.
he sure does.
Right? Right. Jesus doesn't come free.
This is true.
I want you to, freedom does, but Jesus costs. Just ask any of I did see Pat Robertson on the 700 Club speaking out about that Putin is being called to God to basically whatever he's to meet some biblical, I don't know, something that's going on in the Bible, that there's a something in the Bible that basically Putin wants to make happen. So
I don't think it's God where he's going, Kimberly.
Well, according to interim Governor Kathy Hochul, God wants all children to be vaccinated.
You're right. So, but the mask.
So that's
God wants a lot.
that's the next fight.
Don't get me started.
The mask comes off when? Friday?
Tomorrow. No,
tomorrow.
So in schools, it was at least in the Webster district. I can only speak for that. I did receive a letter, and it says as of Wednesday, the 2nd, school or masks will be optional.
Oh my goodness, isn't that great?
Yeah.
And I think the county executive, thankfully, he said that the school districts can make their own decisions, right?
Wow.
Which was the case the entire pandemic, right? I mean,
Why has anything changed now that hadn't changed last fall?
We are in an election year.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, Adam Bello needs to
Nothing-
be reelected. Superintendents, Board of Education members.
Science hasn't changed.
No.
Has it?
People are still getting COVID.
People are still getting COVID.
The way
Right.
that they spin the narrative on the science is changing. That's realistically what's happening. My opinion.
Yeah, well, yeah. So Kathy Hochul said, no more masks for the kids. But are they still pushing the vaccinations for kids in this?
As of
in the
right now,
school?
it's not on the top of their list. However, I mean, the group of parents that I'm involved with, we saw this coming 18 months ago that, once the virus became popular and vaccines were the only solution, we knew that they were coming for the kids. And
Ridiculous.
Come the next school year, September, there may be a stronger push for kids to be vaccinated as part of the schedule in order for them to attend public schools.
I would hope that would not be the case, because here we start all over again, right? I even saw, and just let me mention this because I commented on it, of course, because I had to, that the Bills Stadium, the Ralph or whatever we're
Right.
calling it today, is not going to require vaccination cards anymore.
Surprise. Interesting.
Yeah. And businesses all over the county.
I didn't have a real one to begin with.
Yeah, who had required vax cards and passports.
Right.
They're,
Yeah.
they're starting to relax their policies as well. So
Yeah. So crazy, right?
Yeah.
I just can't believe that 2 years of our life.
2 years.
In the local media, or they did a story. It was 2 years ago today, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you have nothing else to report on? Like, what's going on in Ukraine is not important? That you have basically no journalistic capabilities. So you're going back to a story 2 years ago about the first person to be, to come down with COVID in Monroe County. That's what lead story on one of the local news channels. And I'm like, is there anything going on that you have to go back and rehash a story about the one person?
Throwback Tuesday.
and they lived to tell about it too.
Apparently they lived to tell about it. I mean, I don't know who the person was, but anyway, you are watching and listening to Kimberly's Revolution. Please support our advertisers, Taylor Heating and Plumbing, Precision Lawn and Garden, and Express Sealers, because they do support us here at the We the People Podcast Network. We have a website, wethepeoplepodcastnetwork.com. Can you go on there and buy a t-shirt?
You can.
All right. Very good.
Please buy one. It helps for our production costs.
It's all about that mug. Let's show that mug. The Police Accountability Board mug. The city of Rochester is negotiating with the parent company of the Democrat and Chronicle. They have sublet a portion of the news outlet's building at the corner of East Main and South Clinton Avenue. You know where that is, to house the new Police Accountability Board. And let me just tell you, they took resumes and decided on the Police Accountability Board. I think at least one or two of the individuals on the Police Accountability Board are individuals who have done legit prison time in a state facility, right? Do you think they like cops?
Okay, so these people that are on the board have served.
They've
done time for.
Definitely two individuals have done significant jail time.
Is that a prerequisite? I mean, is that part of the job requirement?
I don't think it was part of the job requirement. I think they also have a rabbi, possibly, or something akin to a rabbi that is on this Police Accountability Board. They do have legit cop haters. Several of them have Twitter pages, which you can go back and look at their Twitter pages. In fact, we did a screenshot of one of them, and during the riots, and basically his, main position was that all of the cops need to be fired. All the cops need to go. That Rochester didn't need a police force. So here are the individuals that don't have a brain in their head. They're all cop haters. And they have decided on this portion of a downtown building at $29,000 a month.
Well, it's great. Class A office space right in Midtown Plaza.
Right?
Yeah.
You want to do the math on that? What's $29,000?
Does it come with the old monorail? Does it ride around
times 12? Is that right? 29,000
1,000.
times 12. That's $348,000
Well, they do have $5 million to
a
spend.
year. $348,000 a year.
And it's got to be a 3-year contract minimum, right?
So under the terms,
You got to spend it if you got it.
it's 19,000 square feet, 2 years, $29,000 a month, which we just did the math, was $348,000 a year. This is all again to smoke out all the bad cops, because having that kind of space obviously says we're going to go after bad cops.
I thought it was a kickback to the DNC.
You think it might be?
Maybe
Maybe it is. I mean, I have no idea. And then they decided, well, it just won't do to have $29,000 a month rent. Dave and Tom, we've got to have coffee mugs. I don't know how much
why
the coffee
not?
mugs
What the hell?
cost. But again, this was a situation that Lovely Warren came up with after the whole Daniel Prude situation went sideways in a hurry. When it was, found out that she knew about what happened to Daniel Prude, that she then tried to blame the police chief, that she didn't come forward with the information immediately, and then it all kind of blew up in the city's face with Daniel Prude. So then they decided we need a police accountability board. How many cop haters can we find to put on this board? One of the guys that was just hired was some liberal rag writer, and is now being paid $95,000 a year to be an investigator on the police accountability board.
Well, after inflation now, that's like $50. So
is it?
So no big deal.
I don't know that, $95,000 to someone who doesn't have any investigative skills. I mean, let's be honest. Writing about beer doesn't exactly make you a quote unquote legit investigator.
Wait a minute. Wait.
I don't think so.
Kimberly, he writes about beer?
Yeah.
Oh man, he's definitely qualified.
Is he qualified?
I'm going to start following him.
All right. I mean, I'm so glad they got mugs.
Tom, that means you and I are qualified.
I'm so glad.
I'm in. Can I get an internship?
I think that in order to prove that you're doing good work on rogue cops and rooting out the undesirables in the Rochester police force, nothing says we're qualified and we mean business like a mug. That's all I'm saying. It's your tax dollars at work. I'm sure they got little t-shirts and they got pens with their name on it, like the tax opposer, right? I'm sure they've got those. I'm sure they've got keychains like mine that says Kansas City Chiefs, but I'm sure they have like keychains that say Police Accountability Board, because, that's what legit operations have. They have all this swag so that they can prove that they're actually out to do something, and they're not. All they do is cause harm and create disturbance within the community. We know that there are bad cops, right? We know that for the most part, the majority of 99% of cops are out there trying to do good in the community. There's a 1% that we know
in any form of business.
In any business, right? When did the t-shirts come out? Stryker, don't say it. They're probably already, they're already in the making.
Do they all get to drive their own Prius?
But quite frankly, I can't imagine that this police accountability board with 2 former state inmates that there's any good that's going to come out of this. What the only good that's going to come out of it is that, the city is taking your money under the guise of helping out the community. But we know that that's just absolutely not true.
Do we know who the PAB, like who does the organization, what the department, who do they report to? Is it the mayor?
Well, the mayor that appointed them is out because unfortunately she had a drug dealer and guns working out of her house and was also taking her daughter, on drug deals, but she wasn't. The husband was allegedly. Timothy Granison. I know that the Police Accountability Board was put together by Lovely. I know they submitted resumes to the city council. I know that the city council took it upon themselves to interview these individuals on the Police Accountability Board. And I know from that point, then they were appointed to the board.
So can I ask?
So
a
I would
question?
assume that they report to the city.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
So I mean, every law enforcement organization department has an internal affairs department. If there's something that an
Of course.
officer does wrong,
Of
internal
course.
affairs gets involved, they do an investigation. So is this a civilian version of internal affairs? So there's
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. A civilian version that
plus
hates.
plus the union
that hates
now
cops.
It's one more
Right?
one more hand in the
Yeah.
in the bag.
I mean,
to
let's
make their
be
job even
yeah.
harder.
Let's just be clear. The Police Accountability Board and
They don't have any power, right?
at least they don't have any power, but they wanted power.
Mhm.
They'll keep at it. Don't think that they're going to be,
No.
waylaid. I mean, so they got told no once. They'll keep coming back.
Mhm.
I mean, that's what roaches do,
Mhm.
right? You really can never get rid of them. They're just going to keep back, seeing how far they can push the line.
Well, they'll have
And I
their,
guarantee that the Police Accountability Board will be one of these that, okay, they were told no the first time, that they're not going to get any power. They'll be back. they'll be back.
They'll have their influence in social media and just the eyes of the public, so to speak, and see if they can move the public to
Mhm.
do something towards the police department.
Well, I say once you got a mug, I mean, you can
That's
move,
official.
you can move mountains, right?
I know.
Once you
we're-
have a mug, you can do anything your heart desires.
I know we're joking here, but it is a nice looking mug. I like it.
A lot of creativity went into that.
I think that's a great font. It all lines up square.
Mhm.
I mean, I like it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't drink coffee.
You know what it's filled with?
Bullshit.
Pens.
Horse shit and a little milk. I highly recommend as
And a-
he
and a
takes a
little-
drink of
This
his
is tea, by the way.
Starbucks. Is it
Sorry.
tea?
They're not a sponsor.
tea.
It's tea. I drink green tea. I don't drink coffee.
That mug is filled with nothing but horse shit and your tax dollars. Let's just lay it out.
Breakfast
Horse
of
shit and your
champions.
tax dollars right there. I hope you feel good about it. I hope the gentleman that decided to put that on his Twitter page feels good about that. He's
He
a cop
probably
hater.
does.
We know what you are. We know what you are. And it's okay. I mean,
It's
if
money.
if you want to be a cop hater, be a cop hater. Take their $95,000 for a job you are clearly not qualified to do, and just go for it, man. Try to put the beer down, or something. I don't know, but here you are. Now you
So-
have all the time in the world to go to breweries. I
Well,
hope he's happy.
what kind of power are they really gonna? I'm like, how can you investigate something from outside an organization? Like,
How? And my question is, if you have no power, how do you legitimately, say we're going to give an organization $5 million that has no power to do anything?
right.
How do you legitimize that? How do you say to yourself, as a city, as a business organization, yeah, that $5 million to that group that, they're really not doing anything, that's money well spent.
Yeah, but that's
know,
not
so-
his fault, though. I mean, he's
No, I'm just saying in general.
yeah. I mean, he
so-
didn't come up with the plan.
No, he was just hired. No, I'm
Yeah.
not saying, but I'm just saying to the city, how can they legitimately say this is money well spent when they have no power to do anything?
Why don't they investigate the city school district?
$5 million is a lot of money
That's
Yeah, they could go a long ways to helping people.
in different ways. I
Or
don't
to
know.
businesses.
Maybe like give that money back to the businesses that
Amen.
Adam McFadden and his buddy, who's the other guy, the Moses guy,
Mhm.
right? Took to line their own pockets. Maybe that guy. Someone knows the name of it's George Moses. Remember him?
Yeah, you went
With
to
the
on
housing.
vacations.
HUD
Yeah.
for Rochester, went on vacations, spent hundreds of thousands of dollars of money that was supposed to go to the poor neighborhoods that he represented.
That's not the way government works, Kimberly.
Adam McFadden and
They
George
have the
Moses.
money. They have the money. They need to spend it. If they don't spend it, they lose it. So,
doesn't matter how they spend.
guys,
so $5 million.
have a good time. Go spend the money.
$5 million is going for $29,000 a month in rent and coffee mugs.
Pocket change.
It's all about that mug, about that mug. So yeah, so there you go with that. So that's my gripe. And by the way, Laurent Singletary, who was the police chief when the whole Daniel Prude thing and came about, which was the reason for the Police Accountability Board even becoming into existence today. Laurent Singletary was fired by Mayor Lovely Warren, and he filed a lawsuit, $1.5 million lawsuit. He's now running for Congress
Good for him.
against Joe Morelli.
Oh, good for him.
What do we think about that?
I'd vote for
I'm
him.
all in.
You're all in.
I haven't met him
Mhm.
personally, but I heard he's a stand-up guy.
So he finally settled with the city for $75,000 of the pay that he should have received. And he gets his health benefits back, which lovely Warren ripped from him when she basically said, "You're fired today. You can't take, if you haven't got any clothes, that's your problem. You got to get a ride home. You can't take the city cruiser back. You leave everything here today at the, police headquarters."
So he sued them for what they owed him.
He
Sounds
sued
like.
them originally for 1.5
Yeah, but
million,
that
and then said, "Listen,
just give me what you owe me, and I'm good."
I want half of my salary for what that's what I should have received.
Mhm.
And I want my health benefits until the age where I think Medicare kicks in."
Yeah.
So it would have been the equivalent of like $600,000 in healthcare benefits that he earned
Yeah. just
over a
his
number of
normal
years.
Retirement, right.
It was for as long as he's been on the Rochester police force. I mean,
Mhm.
he earned that, right?
Yeah.
She took it away from him. He had resigned, and then she fired him.
How's her pension going?
I don't know. I'm sure she has one. I don't know, but I thought, yay,
Yeah.
he should have probably gotten a lot more money. He shouldn't have been wrapped up in that whole thing to begin with. So,
Well,
that's my thought. I'm
hopefully
glad
he
that
wins.
I'm glad that LaRon Singletary got his money and his health benefits. Ukraine. Do you guys know any Ukrainians?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah, I went to school with a large population of Ukrainians.
There's a lot in this area.
Yeah.
I mean,
Aren't they just white people?
they are. They have great accents. They do. They have great accents. I did hear that on The View, those idiot
Oh,
ladies saying, "Well, we're really angry that our vacations."
Did you hear that? Who was
Yeah,
that?
Joy Behar.
Joy Behar.
Joy Behar on The View said that she was really upset that her vacation to Italy might be in jeopardy because of travel to Europe and the Ukraine-Russia situation. And I know my first thought is, what will happen to Joy Behar if she doesn't get a vacation?
Talk about tone deaf, right? Like, good God.
Well, Whoopi thinks that the Holocaust wasn't because of race. I'm just these ladies have it going on, right?
What's the demographic for that show? Who watches that?
I don't really
don't
desperate
know.
people that apparently only get one channel. I mean, I have no idea.
That's probably it.
Middle-aged white women.
I
is the
wanna-
answer.
People in state prison.
I want to show. I don't think.
I don't think that's the
middle-aged.
demographic.
It's not going well for Russia for what they thought. I think that Russia had an idea in their mind
Yeah.
about how things were going to go in Ukraine, and then they quickly figured out, wait, they're not going to let us take over multiple
Right.
cities, because it's my understanding no major cities have been taken over by the Ruskies, right?
So now he's on plan B.
And then you see all the video from the Ukrainians showing scorched vehicles of the Russians and some dead Russian soldiers. And I know that there have also been videos. Unfortunately, there are deaths on both sides, as you're going to have in any kind of
It is a war.
event like that. Yeah. So the first set of peace talks revealed nothing. And I think, that bombing escalated after that. But I want to show you this guy. He is in eastern Ukraine on the border somewhere. I'm not exactly sure. Is it Bdansk? I think. There's this guy, and he sees a roadside a landmine.
Yeah.
He sees a roadside bomb. He picks it up. Can we play that?
How much of this stuff do we really know is true, though? I mean, look at him. He's smoking, for Christ's sakes.
It went by. Guy,
He is grounded with his
I
sneakers.
mean,
though,
military specialists trained for this kind of thing for years. and
with bob suits.
Right.
listen to him talk.
He's gonna dump it in that canyon.
You don't want to trip over anything. God forbid, right? Please don't fall. That's all I could think of
That
when I
could-
saw this.
That could ruin your day.
It could for sure ruin
I mean,
your day.
that could take place in Pennsylvania.
But that's a man
I mean, I
right
don't
there.
know.
That's a freaking man. He picks up. Can we? Is there talking at the very beginning?
How much of this is really true, all this stuff that we're seeing?
Look at that guy. That is true.
That is true.
That's nuts.
Why does it have a strap?
So I wanted to. So this is a Ukrainian, in Berdansk. So I was right. He spotted the mine on the road. He didn't wait around for bomb disposal. I mean, I don't even know if they have bombed it. He removed the mine, clearing the way for the Ukrainian military. So that bomb was set there, obviously. You know, taking a page out of the Middle East.
Or he's in Pennsylvania.
Taking it to his deer stand.
Right.
Right.
I mean,
Taking it to his deer
Who the hell
stand.
knows?
Um,
Social media blows.
So yeah, so there's that. And then there's the viral video coming out of the protesters. And I've got to say, even there were protesters in Russia. I mean, that's really, you know, when you're
Thousands.
here and you're protesting whatever it is you're protesting, you're not really in any kind of danger. Even in some of these, you know, crazy
Well-
fascist cities
well,
like
Dave
Seattle
was. Dave was
or-
in a lot of
I
danger.
disagree with that.
or Portland. These protesters, these Black Lives Matter protesters, whatever, they were never in any danger. Okay, so you get what are those called? Those rubber balls or, you know, bullets. Okay, you're not in any real danger.
Rubber bullets.
No one's gonna open fire with an AK on your ass. I want you to. These are protesters protesting the tanks moving into the Ukraine. Show this video.
Crazy.
They mean business.
Домой! Мы безоружные!
I have no idea what they're saying.
Фашисты!
He's asking where the nearest Dunkin' Donuts is.
Вы будете по мирным стрелять! У нас нет оружия!
Yeah. The Russian troops are trying to move in, and the protesters, as you saw, have their hands on the front of the trucks,
That is a
and
big
they're
truck.
trying to stop them. That's real courage.
That's courage.
That's
Sure is.
real courage.
But that
When
one
you- when
woman
I-
didn't
Look at-
want to
I mean,
stand
look-
out in the
So-
rain, though. She
so
made
look.
sure she brought her umbrella.
They're putting their hands on the trucks, and I'm going to tell you, these soldiers could mow them down
Oh,
with
yeah.
that gun
Yeah.
in a heartbeat.
And the truck too. That's a 2-ton truck.
Right? That's real bravery. There. And I don't know how it's going to end. Tomorrow on the show, we have a lady named Jill. She is going to be in on the show. And she's heartbroken at this point in time. You can go ahead and end that video. She's going to come in. She has adopted one Ukrainian boy. And she, and maybe a year or two ago, and they were in the process of adopting that boy's best friend. They called each other brothers. They were in the process of bringing the other brother over from the Ukraine to adopt and to live here in the United States. She sent me pictures. Jill Krenzer is going to be on the show with us tomorrow. She had reached out last week, and of course, no one was, here to do the show.
What?
So Jill Krenzer, who is a mother, she's trying to, and she's heartsick. She has no idea what's going on. She has no idea. It's halted everything in terms of, the adoption process, as you can imagine. So there's this little boy that's over there that doesn't know what's going to happen to him, because again, he's an orphan.
Crazy.
He's in an orphanage. He thought he was going to be in the U.S. Within the month, and now it looks like things have gone sideways. So
Crazy. Look
tomorrow
forward
on
to
the
it.
show, Kimberly's Revolution, we're going to talk to Jill about her attempt to adopt this little boy that they thought was basically a signed, sealed, and done.
Did you see the videos of thousands of people walking into Ukraine from Poland to fight in the war?
I think that Pooty Poot thought that everyone was just going to lay down.
Right.
And again, I did see a portion of a news story where he had sent members of his family, his relatives, whatever, to some kind of a hiding hole in Siberia, where if there happens to be a nuclear event, they'll be far enough underground. It's an underground facility.
What are the ages of men that they said were forbidden to leave, like 16 to 60 or something like that.
Forbidden
if-
to.
Wow.
What is the guy? I mean, I'm 58. What the hell am I going to do? I mean, I can't even walk a mile without my knee hurting.
I would
How the hell
hope
am I
that
going to be in a war?
You better pick up a gun and learn how to shoot it. That's all I got to
There was
say.
an 80-year-old
I'm going to
guy
be
that
the
they had
first
on
one to
film
die.
volunteering. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what of course we stand with the Ukraine people, right? Without a doubt. And,
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And I have a good friend. Her name is Lily, and I call her the hot Ukrainian housewife of Hilton. I bet you didn't know there was such a show. And there is. There's the hot Ukrainian housewives of Hilton, and Lily is she bowls with us we bowl the one Saturday out of a month, and
She actually bowls. You just show up and have a couple glasses of wine.
I try not to bowl, but I'm really bad at it. I also want to show you a picture of this guy Cuomo. He's not going away. Let me ask you.
There he is. Where's he been?
Let me ask you. You've been accused of sexually harassing several of your coworkers, and you may or may not have been to blame for the deaths of some of the elderly in the nursing home when you sent the sick back to the
14,000 of them.
when you sent the sick back to the nursing homes, right?
14,000.
That's not problematic.
Yeah.
So you basically resigned because you not only possibly allegedly harassed these individuals that were working for you, but you also tried to figure out a way to retaliate against them if they came forward. And so here he is portraying himself in a victim in a 6-figure TV ad campaign because he is making a comeback.
Shocker.
He tried a different approach. He's spending his way back into the hearts of New Yorkers everywhere. And I just don't know. I mean, I guess if you say you're sorry and you go away for a couple of months, you're free to come back for your job.
It works for him.
I'm just asking for a friend because I
Right.
got to tell you, that doesn't work
No, that doesn't work.
in regular life, guys.
That goes on a resume.
You or it goes on Google forever,
Right.
right? Google my name, find out.
Or Reddit.
or wherever. So I just want to know if when you say sorry and whether, he resigned, he never said sorry, and he never said he did it or whatever. Maybe all those women just made up the story. But so he spends this ad money and it's his money, right? We can do whatever he wants, but he's making a comeback. I mean, he can. Do we forgive him?
Is he going to run for public office? Or
I
does
think
he want to
that's-
be
Attorney General, isn't it?
Or does he
New York
want to
State
be
Attorney General?
nominated for something?
I think he is. I think he sees himself as
I thought it was New York State Attorney General.
back as something.
Yeah. I could be right.
So, according to Ad Impact, an ad tracking firm, Andrew Cuomo's still active campaign began spending $369,000 to air a TV advertisement across the state, a media blitz designed not to support or attack a political candidate or even to apologize, but to recast himself as the victim of politically motivated attacks. It's a 30-second spot. I don't know if you've seen it, that began running Monday afternoon on broadcast and cable. So,
Well, pretty much wasn't that what it was?
But-
it was Democrats eating their own.
right?
I mean,
Exactly.
he's probably not wrong.
And so now he's back running an ad campaign that makes him look like a victim. So is that okay? I mean, should he be able to come back?
No.
Should he be able to run for office and win?
No.
I mean, if he's elected by the people, I mean, I don't know.
I think he should be able to run for office. Question is whether he could win.
Well, I mean, who's going to vote? Who votes for him? Like
he's got a D in front of his name.
Well, yeah,
It's unlike
legitimately.
Dave. He's got a D.
Democrat.
Right.
Man, you have to have some
I don't know.
extreme bias to think, oh yeah, he's somebody that's honorable enough to put back in office.
Right.
How many
That's-
low information voters would just see the name Cuomo with the D in front of it and they would
And
just
do
vote
it.
for him no
Yeah.
matter what?
I mean, I said a word, and 2 years later, I mean, I didn't even say the word.
What was the word?
I didn't even say the word.
Sorry.
I didn't say the word, and I'm 2 years later, I'm still, persona non
still
grata.
you're still getting paid the big bucks.
Forgiveness isn't a thing. You
No.
can be sorry and wish. I mean, I have no regrets. I mean, from regret, you kind of learn how to live right.
Sure.
If it hadn't been for all the things that happened, you don't go on to become a better person.
Mistakes makes us stronger.
Right, exactly. Maybe he thinks that way. Maybe he thinks
Maybe
everything
is.
I've done is going to make me a better politician. Do you think that's it?
No.
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 No, I don't.
Sorry.
I don't think
The
that's.
Cuomos are done.
I don't think that's it either. I think the Cuomos are done.
Yeah.
Just like probably,
There's not
people
going to
in
be any
radio
more
say
Cuomos.
Kimberly's done.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's people downstate that want to remove the Cuomo name from the bridge. I forgot what it was before they
they
named it.
they should.
Yeah. Was it the
Um,
Verrazano Bridge? I don't remember.
I want to show you this. Before I show you this next video, I want to show you this picture that someone sent to me about Trump, and I thought it was kind of funny.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see that small print?
Yes.
That speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Is that locally? Do we know?
Austin. No, I don't think it's. Can you read that? If you
Yeah.
still, what's it say?
Trump, if you still hate Trump after the shit show we've been living for the last 9 months, your commitment to stupidity is impressive. And the other sign says, with the narrow pointing to the first sign, this is free speech.
That's the best part. This is free speech.
It is free speech.
Amen to that. Whether
It
you
is free
like the guy
speech.
or not, this is free speech.
And Kamala went off script. Woo, she's dangerous. She is living life on the edge. Woo, Kamala. Can we play that video?
Because as we all know, elections matter.
They do.
And when folks vote, they order what they want. And in this case, they got what they asked for.
Did they? What
I
did they
went off
ask for?
script a little bit.
Yeah.
They
Do
asked
they
for
all
high
have-
gas prices. They asked for nothing in the supermarkets. They asked for this type of inflation.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Look at that.
There we
Did-
go.
Did we ask for this?
Bacon.
Oh my God.
Bacon is $8.
It is.
A pound. Yeah, bacon for a little thing of bacon at Wegmans or Tops. You're looking at
Got pretty old
$8.49.
data there. It's 2022, Kimberly.
So I pulled this one up. This is from
That was from last fall. I
Oh,
did
this
not.
is, I just had this
and you think that's
ready.
bad?
That's got to be a
It's
lot
gotta be-
higher
it's
now.
gotta
It's
be
even
worse.
worse. It says, "Can you play her again? I just want to hear her ask. This is what you asked for." So go ahead,
Right.
play that again.
Because as we all know, elections matter.
I didn't know that.
And when folks vote, they order what they want. And in this case, they got what they asked for.
They did?
I can't stand it.
I went off script a little bit.
Oh, I'll tell you,
They all have the same media coach. They're horrible.
they're
Isn't
absolutely
she
horrible.
from San Francisco or something?
Can't think
It's
for
kind of a-
themselves.
kind of
Everything
a
has to
weird
be written
accent.
out.
Kind of a weird accent from San Francisco.
I mean, it's smarmy and it's
Yeah.
smarmy and condescending.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
You did ask for it. Everyone that voted for Biden asked for what we have now. $3.79 gas and higher. I've already seen $4 here in the
$4.09.
Rochester. $4.09.
409
409.
on
I
the
have-
east side.
Pittsburgh.
Come to
I-
the west side. It's
I
a
have
little
s-
cheaper.
I have seen
Yeah.
409 already, not 409.
Did you
please.
clean? Yeah, did you clean anything with that?
gas?
Oh,
Any supermarket you go to, you're seeing empty shelves.
Yep.
And the people that say not like that, but that is a supermarket, but it's not here in it wasn't here in Rochester. But anywhere you go, you're going to see
it's gonna get worse.
shelves that are empty. Did we ask for that?
No.
Did we ask for Afghanistan situation to be foobarred to the max? We didn't ask for that.
Oil just hit
None-
$105 a barrel. People, hang
And
on to your hats.
I'm going to tell you. I mean, and I hate to say it, we're looking at $5 a gallon for gas.
Sure
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
So anyone who drives for a living, you're screwed.
Yeah.
You're driving for a living and you're screwed, and they think everything is hunky dory, peachy keen, fine. And I don't know if when you watch the State of the Union tonight, I don't know what Joe Biden we're going to get. You sent me something that was on TikTok of Joe Biden barely even the way he was walking.
I think that was Chad.
Was it
Yeah,
Chad?
he walked the wrong way.
He walked the wrong way, and his Secret Service are trying to direct him, and he's still walking the wrong way.
He had to go around the bushes or something.
Oh yeah. I saw that clip.
I don't even know. But
Yeah, what is he going to say, though? He's not going to go against his base with the climate change issue, so he's not going to produce more oil. We're buying oil from Russia for some reason. When we have Canadian oil, we
Open
could
up the
get
pipe-
Open up the
Pipelines.
pipelines.
Oh, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, look, I'm all for clean, green energy, right? But I mean,
Sure.
at the end of the day, you just can't get off, fossil fuels. It's not that easy. I don't care, how many solar panels you put out there or windmills you put out there.
Talk to construction guys. I mean, we're in the real estate business.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you're looking to move or you want to buy a house, I can do that for you, Revere Realty. But you talk to buyer to people who are building houses, ask them in the last year how much their new home has cost them,
Mhm.
because the price they initially agreed on is not the price they're paying today.
Yep.
right.
Because of the increase in the in the amount of supplies.
Yeah.
And half the time they can't even get the stuff. They're waiting
That's
on
the
a
thing.
kitchen. It's 15 to 16 weeks on a kitchen. It's about that long to get a garage door.
The electric vehicle stocks dropped pretty heavily today. They can't get the materials to make the cars, so they're not producing them.
So here's where we are.
We don't have any product to push.
Here is where we are. I do want to say congratulations to clients. I've been looking for a house for them from September, and we finally got lucky over the weekend. It's a tough market, guys. It's a really tough market. But if you're thinking about selling your house, please call me. You can call me here at Revere Realty. The number's 585-760-9127. You can reach out to me online at kgoodman@Revere Realty. Are you still doing that idea that you were thinking
Yes,
about? Or is that moving forward?
The business is launching,
Nice.
weather permitted, in April. I was just down in Miami for a conference, put a lot of pieces of the puzzle together.
You did.
And it is a I don't want to give away all the details, but it's a diesel operated vehicle.
I'm excited for you in this new
And
business
I'm
venture.
interested in becoming a sponsor.
Diesel?
As well, so. Well, they didn't have a electric
on
powered
now.
version of a 25-foot Isuzu. So, yeah.
Damn
it.
Republicans.
Damn it. We need to drop. I don't even think dropping the gas tax is going to
At
make
this
a difference.
point, no.
It's not going to make a difference, Ryan. I
Dro-
don't.
Drop in the barrel.
We were energy independent for how many years, and now we've got to deal with $5.
Well, we
a
weren't
gallon.
truly energy independent. That was kind of a political statement.
I say open
But
up.
we were headed that way.
Open up the pipelines.
Yeah.
So, Laura says, great way to get everyone in an electric vehicle. Yeah, screw that. I will never buy an electric vehicle. One, you just can't drive an electric vehicle in Rochester. I don't think it's not efficient, right? It's not smart.
Well, the batteries do from 400 or 500 miles. So
I have friends that it's costing them $1,500 to put the plug in their garage,
Oh my God.
because you can buy the electric vehicle, right?
Mhm.
But you have to have the right plug-in to
Yeah.
plug it in to for the energy
and you
source.
have to have the right contractor to do it.
And you
so
have to
that
have the right contract.
So the warranty doesn't void.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
A lot of things that I'm buying an electric car. Yeah. Okay. You better do the research
Right.
because it's not going to be cheap.
And if you run out of juice on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere, you're going to need a gas-powered generator.
What are you going to
to
do?
charge the battery?
I mean, this is all well and good for everyone who lives in a city, but for people in rural areas, how does this make sense? It doesn't.
Doesn't.
I will never buy an electric vehicle.
You live in rural area?
I live in a rural area of North Greece.
Right.
I do. I live in a rural area.
Okay.
All right. That's going to do it for the show today. Dave, thank you for dropping in.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
Any other thoughts
appreciate
going
it.
on for this Tuesday, this
Yeah.
Fat Tuesday?
I'd like to, appeal to, some of the parents that are listening right now. I mean, just because masks are coming off our kids in the Monroe County District right now, do not think that it's a gift by Governor Hochul. She was going to lose the appeal anyway, and she came out and got in front of it. And there are other things in the districts across Monroe County that all parents need to be concerned about. Get involved,
Mhm.
go to a board meeting, try not to get kicked out forcibly, but get involved, because our kids' education and their lives are literally at stake because they're being indoctrinated in these districts by the state who they think own our children. So please get involved. Find a group locally. They're all over the place. Monroe County districts. every single district has a parent group that you can get involved with. Go to a meeting, get involved, find out what's going on.
Shocking that a parent cares so much about his kid, right? I mean,
Well said.
to even
Thank
go
you.
to a school board meeting,
All right, people.
to begin with. All right, that's going to do it.
Go join a
for us.
cult.
Tomorrow we have Jill, who is going to be on this show to talk about what a heartbreaking situation her family is dealing with because they are trying to adopt the brother of this little boy that they've
Look
already
forward to it.
adopted successfully. So tomorrow we'll talk to Jill about that process. I mean, maybe you've been thinking about adoption. I mean, I'm sure she has all the scoops. So you'll be here. Just Tom will be
I
here.
will be.
Chad is in court tomorrow
Mhm.
to deal with his case. It is similar to yours.
Correct.
Are you showing up again tomorrow, David?
I asked him if it's open to the public, and as of right now, according to Chad, it is.
Are you going to
However,
the court appearance then?
If I can make it, I will absolutely be there to support my lawyer.
What time is the? I don't
Isn't
even
it
know what
supposed
time
to
the
be-
court.
Isn't it supposed to be the other way around?
It is, but I want to find out what's going on because if I need a new attorney, I need to.
What time is the court appearance?
I believe it's in the evening, 5:00, 5:30.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you might have enough time to do this show
So
and
Chad
then run
would-
over.
Chad will not be here. No, we're good. We're set for
Just me
tomorrow.
and you?
I'm so glad that we have to have you on more. Though.
I would love to come back.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, again, I'm not operating the business, so I have some free time, and I'd love to come back.
All right, very good. Austin, of course, thank you for your help as always. It's got a big thumbs up. There he is.
Yeah.
There he is. And we will be back tomorrow. Is Chad doing his 4:30 today?
I
Got
think,
freedom?
I think no. So
You think no?
he's letting everybody just
He's busy.
hold so that when he does come back, they're all going to want to see it.
Okay.
So this
All
is a
right.
suspense move.
All right.
Is
Very
Chad
good.
gonna be a lawyer?
All right, that's going to do it for us. Kimberly's Revolution,
Thank
of
you very
course, We the
much.
People Podcast Network. Dave Callis, thank you very much.
God bless. Be kind to others.
From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor. 500